Who am I? No.
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came.
Well, hey, family. You see, I was born in January 26, 1944, in Birmingham, Alabama. During the 50s, they called my neighborhood Dynamite Hill because of the bombings that they were doing to the houses, trying to get the black folks out of these middle-class neighborhoods, you see. I would occasionally spend time at my uncle's farm down there or up there in New York. Yeah, up there in New York. He had a farm there. And he had a farm in New York City. I had two brothers, Ben and Reginald. And I had one sister. Her name was Fania. My brother Ben played defensive back for the Cleveland Browns and the Detroit Lions. Yes, he did. My brother Ben played defensive back for the Cleveland Browns and the Detroit Lions during the 60s and 70s. Why don't I go ahead and give you a few hints? As you know, I was born January 26, 1944, in Birmingham, Alabama, on Dynamite Hill, as they called it, because, you know, a lot of middle-class blacks moving into the neighborhood, and the others did not want us there. So they were bombing houses and stuff, and so they nicknamed it Dynamite Hill in the 50s. But, you know, I went on, and I became a Marxist. But you have to know my background as to why I became a Marxist and a feminist. Fam, right now, I am an American Marxist and feminist and political activist and philosopher. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Not only am I a political activist and philosopher and academic, I am also an author. I'm a professor at the University of California at Santa Cruz. Okay, so you know when I was born and everything. As I said, you know I was born and lived what they call it on Dynamite Hill. But let me fast forward to you and tell you who I am today. I'm an American Marxist and feminist, but I'm also a political activist and academic. I am a philosopher and author. As well as a professor at the University of California at Santa Cruz. Yes, you can find me there. You see, I was a long member of the Communist Party, also known as the PSUSA, and a founding member of the CCDS, which is the Committee of Correspondence for Democracy and Socialism. I was also active in the movement of, yes, that's what they used to say back in the day. I was also active in in movements such as the Occupy movement and the boycott divestment and sanctions campaign. I've studied various universities and abroad. I've studied at Frankfurt in Germany, University of Frankfurt. Um, I've been known to have far left politics. I've also studied it not only abroad, but I've also studied in-house, in-state, at the University of San Diego, the University of California at San Diego. I've also moved. I've also lived. I have lived in East Germany. I've lived in East Germany, and there are many parties in which I have partaken, and I have received several awards, including the Soviet Union's Lenin Peace Prize. I've also been inducted into the National Women's Hall of Fame. You can find me there as well. In 2020, I was listed as the 1971 Woman of the Year, which was 100 Women of the Year. Time Magazine had the 100 Women of the Year, and I was in that edition. In 2020, I was also included on Times Magazine. On the Time, in 2020, in 2020, I was included on the Times list of the 100 most influential people of the world. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? I am Angela Davis.